Hey everyone, it's Anna, and today's article from nailcarehq.com is called The Cuticle. Should you clip, push, or scrape? What is it? Where is it? And what the heck are we supposed to do with it? I will answer all of these questions and more about this really important nail care topic. We've been duped. The entire planet has been taught the incorrect definition for the cuticle. The tight band of skin at the base of your nail plate is not the cuticle. That band of skin is called the proximal fold of the eponychium or nail fold. I went to Wikipedia, and here's what they say about the cuticle. In human anatomy, cuticle, sometimes confused with the eponychium, refers to several structures. It refers to the layers of epidermal cells that produce the horn protein keratin that is our nails, and also the superficial layer of overlapping cells covering our hair shafts that locks the hair into its follicle. So, where is that elusive cuticle if what we've been taught is incorrect? According to Doug Schoon, the author of Nail Structure and Product Chemistry, he says, the cuticle is a thin layer of dead tissue riding on the nail plate to form a seal between the nail plate and eponychium to prevent pathogens from infecting the matrix area. The cuticle pulls away from the underside of the eponychium and attaches tenaciously to the nail plate. The cuticle should not be confused with the eponychium. The proximal fold of the eponychium. Please do not cut this skin. The proximal fold is a required guardian seal that prevents germs and bacteria from getting to the nail matrix, where the new nail cells are created. I always know when girls and women are clipping and nipping. Their entire cuticle line is red and inflamed, basically because their eponychium is infected all the time. If you go to a salon for a manicure, do not ever, can I say this enough? Ever let your nail tech cut the skin. The best way to keep the skin soft and tight to the nail plate is with a high-quality jojoba wax ester-based penetrating nail and cuticle oil. Where does the cuticle come from? How the cuticle is created is fascinating to me and sounds like it should be painful, but it isn't. The death grip, as I like to say. The eponychium is living skin that covers approximately 20% of the nail plate, right over the matrix. The eponychium is a very important guardian seal preventing germs and bacteria from getting into the matrix. Not surprisingly, the tissue that sits upon the nail plate is very different from the visible eponychium. The underside of the eponychium nail fold has a strange sticky texture. This is why it's so important to not dig a tool underneath your proximal nail fold. As the nail cells are created and pushed forward, the nail plate literally rips the bottom layer of eponychium cells with it. It is these cells that are the cuticle. Cuticle cells also tightly grip the proximal fold of the eponychium. This creates the nice tight guardian seal. For some people, the proximal fold releases from the cuticle on its own. For people like me, that death grip is just too strong. My cuticle will pull the nail fold and stretch it out very thin. In the photo right here, you can see both examples. One half of the proximal fold has released on its own, and the other half is still being stretched. Most people can't see their cuticle since the skin is so thin, but this picture actually captures it perfectly. Breaking the cuticle's grasp. Push back. Should you push back your proximal fold? I do, but it's completely up to you. When you release the grip, your proximal fold is able to stay nice and tight. As long as you don't push too hard with your fingernail, the healthy seal underneath the eponychium stays intact and your matrix stays healthy. You don't ever want to push so hard that your fingernail or the tool that you're using goes underneath the proximal fold. Bad. My experiment. I did an experiment to figure all of this out. I stopped pushing back my nail folds for 3 weeks to see what would happen. The proximal folds were stretched an additional 3 millimeters. That's a lot. I also started getting those painful thin hangnails that tear and bleed on my eponychium, so right underneath what we think of as the cuticle. When I released the nail folds from the cuticle, the skin remained stretched out. Within 24 hours, that skin was drying out and I had a strong desire to clip it. Ha-ha! I had finally figured out why people clip their proximal folds. Geeky, but that was an exciting discovery for me. Since I've always pushed back my proximal folds, I never had the desire to clip before. I started oiling and massaging that skin several times a day, and within a week, my proximal folds were back to normal and looking beautifully healthy. The solution? Simply use your fingernail to gently push back the proximal fold to break that death grip about every 4 to 7 days. If your nails are really short, you can use an orange wood stick, but just be very, very gentle. If you keep your skin hydrated with a high-quality jojoba wax ester-based penetrating nail and cuticle oil, then it will be very easy to push back your nail folds. This can also be done in the shower. Just make sure that you are wearing 1 coat of base coat when showering. Many of my readers know that my #1 rule is never shower naked. And I have another article that is about why my polish kept chipping in the shower, and that shows how bad water absorption is for your nails. Proper cuticle removal. Since polish and nail enhancements don't bond to skin on the nail plate, the cuticle should be properly removed with gentle scraping. Again, some people are able to scrape the cuticle off with their fingernail in the shower. Others like to use a cuticle remover. How cuticle removers work. The best ingredient to dissolve human protein cells is lye. You also find it labeled as potassium hydroxide, sodium hydroxide, or caustic potash. Lye is largely used in the soap making process. All cuticle removers contain lye. Personally, I love using a cuticle remover. Some people hate it. Currently, I'm using the Sally Hansen remover that looks like a blue gel. Another favorite of many nail artists is Blue Cross. I've used Blue Cross and I hate it for 3 reasons. It's too watery, it eats my live skin, and causes those tiny strips of shredded skin just past the proximal fold. So you can see some of those hangnails in the photo here. Lye dissolves all skin. The cuticle is dead skin. The eponychium is live skin. Cuticle removers have no preference. The directions on all cuticle removers tell you to apply it only to the nail plate and do not let it touch your skin. As many of you know, that is easier said than done. I have much more control with a cream or a gel type of remover. Watery removers wick all around your fingertip skin and basically start eating away at it. What's in your toolbox? Orange wood stick, plastic cuticle tool, or a metal tool that follows the curve of your nail plate? Doug Schoon prefers that people use the orange wood stick. I think it's most likely because the metal tool is widely abused. If you use too much downward pressure near the proximal fold, you can cause damage to the matrix. This damage is often seen as white spots in the nail plate. These are actually just nail bruises. I know a lot of you have, your parents have said, oh, that's how many boyfriends you have, or there's all kinds of funny things that parents say to their kids when they have these white spots, and it's really just because you banged up your hands. Anyway, I digress. So personally, I like the metal spoon-shaped tool. For me, it works faster. And as a busy mom and a businesswoman, I don't often get the luxury to do my nail care the slow way. I also use the tool correctly, which I am going to explain in more detail in just a little bit. I was recently looking through my nail photographs to find one with the white bruises. I've been photographing my naked nails for 3 years, and not one has any white spots. So whenever I show that, I have to borrow one from a friend. And depending on your budget, try different tools to see what you prefer. The key is just remember to be uber, uber, uber gentle. The solution? For 2 years, I've been looking for a solution to the strong dissolving power of cuticle removers without damaging my skin, and I finally found it. Simply cover your skin with a layer of a latex barrier, like Bliss Kiss Simply Peel, or watered down white glue of 25% water and 75% glue if you have a latex allergy. Let it dry, and then you are free to apply cuticle remover safely. I also have a video of how to properly remove the cuticle where I show all of how to do this. So here's the steps from start to finish. Number 1, apply your latex skin barrier and allow to dry. Number 2, apply the remover following the manufacturer's directions. Number 3, using a cuticle removal tool, gently, gently, gently scrape back and stop right at the proximal fold. Glide the tool against the surface of your nail plate. The remover solution will have dissolved the cuticle, so downward pressure is completely unnecessary. Number 4, the cuticle will build up on the back of the remover, the removing tool that you're using. Wipe that onto a paper towel. Number 5, turn the tool 90 degrees to your nail plate and slide the tool right along the proximal fold to scoop away the remaining cuticle and remover. Number 6, once you're finished, remove your barrier, that latex one or another one, and rinse your hands with water. In conclusion, I hope you found this article helpful, and just remember, with all of your nail care and nail enhancement products that you use, if it hurts, stop. Hey, it's Anna. I've written over 70 nail care articles that you can find at nailcarehq.com. And if you're looking for products that will help you have longer, stronger nails, visit myblisskiss.com. Be sure to push the subscribe button and turn on notifications to get alerted when I publish more videos. This is Anna, signing off and sending you bliss.